In this tutorial, we will learn how to insert and align images in QCAD. In QCAD, we can add images to our drawings. This is useful if we want to trace a scanned plan, use a photo as a guide, or turn a hand-drawn sketch into a CAD drawing. Sometimes, company logos or product photos are also inserted into drawings as images. We begin this tutorial by inserting an image into our drawing. When we say image, we mean a bitmap, such as a photo. A bitmap is made of many tiny colored squares called pixels, instead of the geometrical shapes like lines and arcs that we usually see in CAD or vector drawings. In this example, we can see a bitmap of a screw on the left side and a vector drawing of the same screw on the right. Before we insert the image, we activate a dedicated layer for our image, so we can easily show or hide the image as desired. We use the bitmap tool in the CAD toolbar at the left to insert an image.
QCAD shows the File dialog to let us choose an image file to insert. We can choose, for example, a JPEG file, a PNG file, or one of many other bitmap formats that are supported by QCAD. Note that images are not stored inside a CAD drawing. The drawing uses the image file on the disk drive in order to display it. This means that we have to keep the image file on the disk even after inserting the image. To make sure that QCAD can always find all the images that belong to a drawing file, we keep the drawing file and all referenced image files in the same project folder. For this example, we have created a project folder called Hammer. This project folder contains the drawing file hammer.dxf. Our project folder also contains the image file, which we are about to insert, hammer.png. We select this PNG file since this is the image file we want to insert.
We can now place the image in our drawing using the left bottom corner as reference point. In the Options toolbar, we can see and adjust the image size in drawing units. A bitmap has no particular size. Its size in our CAD drawing depends on how the pixels of the image are scaled. A single pixel of the image might, for example, be 10 drawing units in size or only 1/10 of a drawing unit. By default, the image is inserted with its pixel size in drawing units, so that 1 pixel measures 1 drawing unit. The width of this image is 1,407 pixels, as shown in the Options toolbar. Right now, this would translate to 1,407 drawing units. If we know the exact size our image should have in the drawing, we can enter the desired size in drawing units here. For example, if we insert an image from a scanner with the exact size of an A4 page, we can enter the size of an A4 paper here. For this example, we do not know the exact size our image is supposed to have. We scale it down a bit for now, just to make sure it fits on our visible drawing area. Note that this does not in any way affect the image file on our disk. The image is only displayed smaller now in our drawing area with a width of exactly 100 drawing units. We place the image into our drawing with a left click. We will later scale the image to the exact desired size, using a more appropriate approach.
The image we have just inserted shows a photograph of a hammer on a white background. The original photo might already have been prepared with an image editor, for example, to change the background to white. The exact steps required to prepare a bitmap in such a way depend on the image editor used and are beyond the scope of this tutorial. The inserted image is currently not to scale, and the handle of the hammer is also not quite horizontal. This is typical for bitmaps that were created from photos or scans. In the following steps, we will scale, and rotate the image into place so that the hammer handle is horizontal and the hammer has the desired size. First, we select the image that we want to align. The tool we need is located in the Modification Tools menu of QCAD. Here we can find the tool to align a selection based on given reference points. This tool rotates and scales the current selection in such a way that two given reference points within the selection are moved to two new target points as indicated by the red arrows. In this example, we want the top of the hammer to be moved to the 0 point. The bottom end of the hammer should be moved to a position to the right so that the hammer is horizontal and has the desired length. The tool prompts us for the first reference point. We choose a reference point in our image that we can easily identify and place at a defined location in our drawing. The first reference point is usually the start point of a known distance in the image. In this example, we choose the top point of the hammerhead. We cannot snap to the pixels of an image, so we use the Free Snap tool to set the reference point. We zoom in to position the reference point as accurately as possible at the desired position of the image. This will never be 100% precise due to the nature of bitmaps, which are generally not 100% precise or sharp. Next, we set the target point for the chosen reference point. The chosen reference point will be moved to this target point. We click the 0 point for this example. For the second reference point, we click the middle of the handle end. QCAD now shows a preview of how the image will be transformed, depending on the position of the second target point. Scaling is optional for this tool, so we have to make sure that the scale option is checked since we do want to scale, as well as rotate the image. The second reference point is moved to the target point we choose. The image is rotated and scaled in such a way that the chosen reference points now line up with the chosen target points. We know from measuring the real hammer that the hammer is 250 millimeters long, so we set the target point 250 units beside the previous target point. The image is scaled and rotated so that the first reference point lies at the 0 point and the second reference point is 250 millimeters to the right. The image has been adjusted to the desired angle and size and is now at a scale of 1:1. This can, for example, serve as a basis for image tracing or vectorization, which we will cover in the next tutorial.
You should now know how to insert images and how to align them as desired. Be sure to practice this with your own installation. Thank you for watching this QCAD tutorial.